for wimps.
Yes, that is what community is like, what community could be.
Mr. Baker. Mr. Baker, are you there?
Yes?
Do you have a question for Mr. Swell?
What's going on? Is it my turn?
Mr. Baker, will you ask Mr. Swell a question?
Yes, Mr. Swell. Just how do you get your properties?
Now, why did you ask him that question?
Well, you know the old saying, dead men tell no lies? I'd like the audience to hear the truth about how he gets his properties.
Well, back in the 50s and 60s, we used to go looking for little old widows with big houses who were renting out rooms. When we found a property we wanted, we would go down to the city building department, tell them what we found, and they would have code enforcement pay the old ladies a visit. Now, they would find all kinds of very expensive code violations, claim the place wasn't safe, and demand that it be fixed up to current code or they stop renting out rooms. They would hit them with all kinds of threaten them with fines, and if they did some of the work, code enforcement would just make up more demands. The old ladies would get scared. They needed the rent to live off of. So after a few days, we would go in, make them a low ball offer. Overwhelmed and confused, they'd sell to us. We would demolish the place and build the biggest apartment building we could on the lot. You see, Berkeley is a built-up place. You need to free up the land somehow if you're going to build more housing. It was for the greater good. It was sweet, and we made a ton of money. Then everything went to hell. These busybody neighbors caught on and passed the Neighborhood Preservation Act. Even the Black Panthers supported them. We had to stop. So now we don't target homes anymore. We target commercial properties. You know, Drayage, Iceland, Masonic Hall, Hillside Club. Hillside Club. Never mind.
They killed Iceland?
Yep.
Predatory code enforcement. The city stages coordinated attacks upon a target. Several departments, police, fire, finance, all visit in a short time and start making unreasonable and expensive demands. The target is confused. They don't know what to do. They try to appease. They try to cut a deal. The departments appear to back off, but instead they keep coming. They keep visiting. They keep making impossible demands, many of which they don't have a right to make. The target is bewildered, demoralized, alone, broke. Eventually, they give up and die. And then the property passes.
Iceland. They killed Iceland.
You don't understand. It's for the greater good. Housing. We need housing. Lots and lots of housing. Housing we need.
Shut up! They killed Iceland.
Housing. We need housing.
Shut up! Let's move on. May I ask the question?
But it's his turn.
I'll just ask him a question.
All right. Okay, Mr. Swollen.
Now that's swell. Swell.
Yes, well, I hear that many developers get interest-free construction loans from ABAC, and that many communities have a quota for fair share of new housing. What can you tell us about ABAC?
Well, the economists tell us that construction is one of the engines that drive the economy. The more construction, the better the economy is doing. Growth is the sign of a thriving region, so we want to keep growing, never stop growing. Now, in order to promote growth, big business and some government officials decided to mandate growth. They had a process whereby they would determine everyone's fair share of new housing. Cities would have to plan for their fair share of new growth, and we would keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Soon we would be like Manhattan. Think of my properties would be worth that.
But
It's a beautiful thought.
how is that sustainable?
Well, the people would come like they always have in the past, and then the jobs would come like they have in the past. And we would keep getting richer and richer and richer.
But what if the people and the jobs don't come?
Then you have what they call a bubble. And when it bursts, a lot of people get hurt. Mandating unsustainable growth is nothing more than a Ponzi scheme.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the Ponzi scheme as long as you get out early. There's big money to be made. That's why Ponzi schemes exist. Anyway, life is a gamble. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You don't count your money when you're sitting at the table. Hi.
Okay, it's getting late. Mr. Swollen, will you present yourself?
That's swell! Let's see. Housing, we need housing, lots and lots of
Oh,
housing.
please,
Housing.
please, Mr. Maybeck, will you present your summary so we can finish?
It's important to build housing. I built a lot. But you cannot increase density while destroying the amenities that make a city a wonderful place to live. Instead, as you increase the density, you should increase the amenities. Old places of heritage and significance should be cherished and preserved. Iceland should be restored. To do otherwise is to invite social unrest. They have also killed Willard Poole. That too should be restored. You cannot increase density and then strip away the amenities that make a city a wonderful place to live, for it is the right of the people to not have their opportunities taken away by a foolish government. And remember, dream big and the world will follow. Dream small and there's no tomorrow.
Yes, I agree. Dream big.
You agree?
Yes, dream big, and the world will follow. Dream small, and there's no tomorrow.
All right,
Dream
all
big,
right.
and the
I can't
world
believe they killed
will
Iceland.
follow.
I think we
Dream
are
small, and there's no
done.
tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Big, and the world
this
will
completes
follow.
tonight's
Dream
Jinks.
small,
You are welcome to stay as long as you want, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight at the spring dinner Jinks at the Hillside Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Craig Dickerson, who played Charles Peter, Paul Jennings, who played Mr. Bernard Baybeck, Paul Hutton, who played Mr. Swell, also Norman G., our director up in town, Bruce Cobalt, lights and sound. I'd also like to thank Diane Ayers, costume and stage band.
Tim Hansen, President of Hillside Club, for producing tonight's Jinks.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I look forward to our next Hillside Club dinner, the fall dinner, where member Terry Geiser will produce our next Jinks.